see you there. You just caught me after I took my girl shower. I'm feeling very good and refreshed and ready to take on the day. Now you're probably thinking, what the heck is Mickey doing? This isn't a YouTube video on self-care. This is a restorative justice class and conflict resolution. Well, I think it's important to talk about how we restore conflict within ourselves, especially after experiencing trauma. And that's where my video comes in. I need more moisturizer on my neck. You're also probably thinking, did she just say girl shower? What the heck is that? Well, I made a whole video on that, so you just have to stay tuned for it. So, a girl shower, which girl showers aren't just for girls, they're open to anybody, is like an everything shower where you still clean your hair and clean your body and exfoliate and shave if you'd like. But a girl shower is when you do all those things with intention. And by cleaning yourself intentionally and having that time to yourself in the shower, you are able to become more in tune with your body. 4 out of 5 women don't shower every day. 63% of women don't remove their makeup every night, and 1 out of 8 women don't brush their teeth before bed. So you can see there's this relationship between the body and cleanliness, and if you don't keep up with those things, your mental health can deteriorate. Girl showering is what Carolyn Yoward would call a self-regulation exercise. Girl showering allows us to maintain feelings of safety internally when we aren't receiving cues of safety from another person. She writes, a growing number of trauma experts believe that going beyond words and involving the body and brain in releasing, as we talk and express, it is impossible to fully address trauma, find healing, and build a healthy future. Examples of this mind and body relationship and healing process can include art, music, dance, drama, prayer, cultural rituals, and cleansing ceremonies. Those are ways that we can voice our stories. So, showering is an important way to marry the mind and body if you do it intentionally as you would with a girl shower. The main purpose of a girl shower is to cleanse your mind while cleaning and taking care of your body. It is a healing ritual as it reclaims the body as your own, and it's accessible to everyone. By purposely fulfilling the act of showering each body part, one is more in tune with their body by connecting each scrub with their thoughts. A girl shower is the perfect time to practice self-regulation because you are alone, the sound of water drowns out irrelevant thoughts, and you are taking care of yourself. A major benefit of having a girl shower too is you're using the good soaps. You're using the soaps that you think you're sharing for a different occasion, a special occasion. By using the good soaps and smelling good, smelling how you want to, you're able to increase your confidence. There's some science behind the smelling factor as well. 75% of our emotions every day are due to what we smell. We are 100 times more likely to remember something based on smell rather than something we hear or touch or see. And our mood improves 40% after smelling good. So again, you're feeling clean, you're feeling good about it. Smell plays a factor into that as well. And if you, for example, take a girl shower or smell good before an exciting event and you know you're going to have fun, smelling good can attribute positive memories to that event. So next time you wear a certain perfume or use a certain soap, you're able to feel that emotion again, which overall just boosts your mood. You may be wondering what girl showering has to do with restorative justice. And I'd like to start by talking about trauma, which is not easy to talk about, but through these practices, it will become easier to talk about. So trauma works in a cycle. And cycles of violence are not inevitable responses to traumagenic events. They can be prevented, minimized, or interrupted by knowing how to address trauma, but they are exceedingly common when trauma has not been addressed. That comes from Carolyn Yoward's book. And while we can't go back in time to prevent our trauma from happening, we can take what we have learned through research and self-regulation to halt the cycle. By researching what trauma does to the body and how it relates to the brain, and then taking the steps to self-regulate through, for example, girl showering, you're able to halt the cycle and prevent future trauma from occurring to yourself or others. The restorative justice approach to conflict resolution encourages a victim-centered solution. Justice begins with a concern for victims and their needs. It seeks to repair the harm as much as possible, both concretely and symbolically. This victim-oriented approach requires that justice be concerned about victims' needs when there's no offender, even when no offender has been identified or apprehended. So when you think about a situation as sticky as sexual abuse within a family, a problem with the current justice system is trauma reoccurs. If that offender eventually goes to court with the victim, that could be a traumatic event in itself. Not only that, if the offender goes to prison, that is also traumatic. So restorative justice tries to break that trauma cycle, and it's more gentle compared to criminal justice. And through believing victims, ensuring physical, emotional safety, and helping them move towards healing, empathetic conversations within family can keep the conflict out of the courtroom and keep that family dynamic together, therefore preventing more trauma from happening. Not only does this allow for the family unit to maintain its structure, but it also keeps the offender out of a possible prison sentence, which has the potential to contribute to the trauma cycle. If punishment is the only tool for dealing with people who offend sexually, then accountability is diminished. One of the hardest parts about restorative justice and practicing it is it's really difficult. Restorative justice relies on recognizing the dignity of others and acting with empathy, which is really hard if you've been the victim of sexual abuse. Americans love crime television shows, and I grew up watching them. I still watch Cops and Live PD. So it's natural to want punishment for the offender in a situation of conflict or harm. However, it is important to remember we must treat others as if they matter, as if they are worthy of care and attention, in the words of Donna Hicks. Through practicing in self-regulation activities such as a girl shower, you're able to learn more about empathy towards yourself and to others. A symptom of experiencing trauma is the shame it brings into one's heart. As Donna Hicks states, when someone violates our dignity, we tend to personalize it. We feel bad because it happened to us, and we feel bad about ourselves because of it. Violation triggers self-doubt. But ultimately, shame can be felt individually or collectively, and is often expressed as a loss of respect, dignity, or self-esteem. Unfortunately, in many cases, shame results in secrecy. So, as a victim of sexual abuse myself, I felt a lot of shame, and I still do, regarding my trauma. And while it hurts to speak about experiences out loud, there's a kind of magic in connecting my mind and body through movement and intentional thought that has helped me heal. And that's where the girl showers have helped me so much. Practicing empathy with oneself may allow that person to become more self-aware and intentional about how they speak to and carry themselves, and not only themselves but others as well. As I mentioned, empathy is a huge part of restorative justice, and in order to see empathy and feel empathy towards others, it is important that we feel it towards ourselves as well before starting on that journey. Otherwise, it's hard to name what empathy is and how to feel it towards somebody else. When one experiences a traumatic event, rational thought is hijacked. We experience intense emotions, impulsive reactions, and frigid and repetitive responses. Our ability to be self-reflective and consider another person's group or point of view is impaired. This may lead to destructive behavior towards oneself or others. So in my case of my story, in college, I was recklessly drinking and sleeping with people and harming myself and harming the people around me. And I would withdraw my body and I would numb my mind, which are indicators of freeze that negatively affect our relationships and rob us of the ability to fully live in the present. By taking a girl shower, or just showering intentionally, or meditating, or however you choose to self-regulate, you are allowing yourself to become more in the present by doing things intentionally. I think one of the most difficult things about being a girl and being a woman is the pressures that's put on us by a patriarchal society. And I think by reclaiming our femininity through doing things intentionally and taking care of ourselves, we're able to, just in those moments for ourselves, break the cycles of patriarchy and thus breaking cycles of trauma as well. While therapy and processing trauma can be a very daunting task, by working with restorative justice within yourself before you even tackle approaching your offender, you are able to express your empathy towards yourself and heal yourself and strengthen yourself before even stepping out into the world and tackling those things yourself. I did EMDR therapy in college, and my sessions involved me recounting my story while tapping myself on the shoulder or tapping my feet or clicking these little buttons that vibrated. And that was a way for my mind and body to connect so it would heal itself from the trauma. The reason why I chose sexual trauma as my lens for this class is I'm a victim of sexual trauma myself and sexual abuse, and I want to be able to heal myself so that I can heal others. I truly believe that by healing yourself, you're more able to heal others and take care of other people who may be experiencing the same thing as you.